Good morning, YouTube. The Black Noah strikes again. Ooh! Ooh! Let's talk about it. Bah! Good morning! The Black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. Oh, one of the most epic lines in Hey Now. I don't think, people, listen, Kendrick Lamar is the type of artist that you have to dissect. It's like eating a meal. You have to dissect it. You have to sit on it and take a moment. Hey, everybody, YouTube, what's up? Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Ooh, pulled up at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey for the second night. Oh my God. This boy, B-O-I. I'm from the South, so we say boy. But shout out to Kendrick for the second night, tearing up New Jersey. Hold up. Make sure I ain't got no lipstick on my teeth. Okay. For the second night, tearing up the New York streets. He's in New Jersey. For some reason, I think New York and New Jersey, they kind of identify themselves as different. But anyway, the second night, the Black Noah showed up, honey. Claiming what's his. He's on his victory run for the world right now. Because in hindsight, the world was behind him in this battle. We knew he was the chosen one for this moment. And the world, we are able right now to we are excited. I'm sorry. We're excited about this run that Kendrick Lamar is doing. And to be honest with you, he's just going from city to city to show us appreciation. I believe it. I'm a mind reader. So the Black Noah showed up in New Jersey. Ooh, honey. And the stadium was packed again. Oh my goodness. You got the critics, the people, the unbelievers who always are still finding a way to move the goalpost when it comes to this young man. I'm sorry. Now I heard a group of people saying he didn't sell out the back of the stadium. It's like, quit moving the goalpost when we're in a celebratory moment. I think the Black community, I say this enough on here, we do not celebrate each other enough. We don't help celebrate each other wins enough. We're not happy for each other. So you find that people say some of the most craziest things. Oh, he didn't sell behind the screen. It's behind the screen. We can't see them. Shouldn't nobody sit behind it? Oh, but Beyonce and Taylor Swift sell behind the scene. Stop it. I don't think we will ever see an artist, hip-hop artist anyway, a rap artist of this caliber ever again. I think it'll be a wow. I was telling you last week about how we only get so many superstars in amount of time before it go back, dice out, then it'll come back again. And we're in that moment where it's again, so you better indulge in it. But shout out again. I was listening to GNX album. You have to really take a moment and dissect and let it sit on you. If you ever go back and listen to some of those songs, Kendrick got some of the most craziest lines in those songs that an average person can't think of. I opened the show up with the Black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. Who says that? Who could think of that? But somebody gifted, right? Who thinks of stuff like that? You have a lot of witty people who could do that. But man, that right there. And I think another line in that song, which I love, he said something about a fee just to breathe. I don't want to talk to you. Man. Epic. Y'all know this is a Kendrick Lamar channel. I gotta big up my bro. I see too much hate. So it's only right for me to come and give a lot of love to saturate the atmosphere that way because the hate is high. So I have to do my end to do this. Listen, he's the highest gross right now of a show from a rapper. I think it's at 9.44 mil. And he's not even halfway through. So we got a while, and it's going to get even greater. And a lot of people having a lot of great things to say about the show. Shout out to some of the content creator. I was watching a young lady, Moni. I hope I'm saying her name right. If you go and check out her channel, Moni, Monie, she streams every show. And I make sure I get to her channel because I want to see everybody reaction in every city. Y'all know I told you, I want to see teeth. And last night, Kendrick showed teeth. Speaking of that, he also brought out his protege, Baby Keem, to do they hit song, I think it's Family Matters. But listen, epic. Some of that. And that. Okay. I was at home crazy. My folks in my house be looking at me like, listen, one life to live. Let me be excited. I can't go to the show. So I'm enjoying Moni live because I'm getting to see every show. And shout out to SZA doing a great job. And I noticed, I said, oh my goodness. At first, we didn't think Kendrick would bring people out. But I see slowly as he is making his way through this tour, it seems like he may be bringing people out to celebrate with him. I think it's a wonderful mood. I also even noticed Kendrick backup dancer. I don't know who the hell these black bitches are, but they some bad bitches. Bad. I love it. Even the men dancers. Oh my God. Everything is just good. I also noticed Kendrick's attire. I don't know if it's intentional, but I noticed Kendrick is really destroying all the cliches. Remember the guys at one point, everybody was wearing the choker jewelry. So I noticed that now Kendrick is bringing it back, wearing it kind of long, destroying all of those, all of that. Remember at one time, all the men was wearing tight jeans, right? I'm noticing Kendrick bringing back the baggy. I saw a post, somebody say he's looking very 90-ish, which I love it. Kendrick got a way of, maybe it's just who he is. He destroys, but he builds back. And you have to be a very special person to be able to destroy and build back. It's a lot of people just destroy. See, a lot of y'all just destroy. Y'all don't find a way to build back. And I think that's where a lot of our problems are as well. Because I see a lot of content creators. Now they're being sued. They being this. You know why? Because to me, they don't know how to give constructive criticism. You cannot like something, but it's very important that you build back. Meaning, put something in its place. So when you see the young ladies who's being in trouble, not being sued, okay, you may not like an artist, but be careful and make this a point that you put back. Oh, I don't like that. Maybe she should have did this, and maybe it should have been like that. You always got to put something back in that place, or you'll be considered just a destroyer. And to be honest with you, those people are problems to society. When you don't find a way to put something back in place that you destroy, you'll become a problem. You'll become an issue. So that's how I always live. My father always taught me, when your daddy whooped you, when your father, your mother disciplined you, what did they do? They put something back. They told you why they disciplined you. They told you why. This is why I did this. Now do it this way. So as I watch our brother Kendrick and a lot of people, I can find a lot of people that I see that when they speak, they find a way of putting back into place. You got to build back. So shout out to Kendrick once again. I'm on his trail. I'm going city from city. Once again, everybody put the camera in their face. I'm from Kendrick to Beyonce. I'm watching everybody. I want to see teeth. Teeth and eyeballs. So I don't know where we're going next. I got to look at the tour dates. I don't know where it is next, but I'm going to come back in. Y'all know every week I'm going to give my opinion of what I see. I love it. I love everything that Kendrick is doing with the tour. And I love that he is allowing everybody who celebrated him in that moment to be able to see him in this moment. We're able to celebrate with him. So I think that's what a lot of it is about as well. We're able to celebrate him in this moment. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar, the Black Noah. Also, is this another character that Kendrick is displaying? You know, Kendrick got a lot of characters. He's Mr. Morale. He's Kung Fu Kenny. He's all these different characters. So could we add the Black Noah to the roster? How would he come out as the Black Noah, right? Because, you know, when he's Kung Fu Kenny, he do the karate outfit, right? So would the Black Noah give us like the Israelite boys with the fringes? Would he come out with... Okay, maybe I'm going too far. Maybe I'm going too far. I'm a fan. And we go for it like that. Listen, we bigging up our brother. It's too much hate. So we got to put a lot of love to top of this hate. All right. Let's get into some topic. Let me see what I can find. Once again, did I say my name? Hi, I'm Miss Tia for the Miss Tia and Robin show. Miss Robin, one day she gonna get on here. The Met Gala. Let me talk about the Met Gala, you guys. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Listen, let me bring this down. If my screen acting crazy, y'all, forgive me. I'm doing the best I can with what I got, honey. The Met Gala, which I thought was great. You see a lot of people on the political side who want to tell you that the Met Gala is bad, why they didn't do it this way, the country is suffering, and all we want to do is do a fashion show. To be honest with you, this is all a lot of people know how to do. A lot of people just know how to push through pain. And sometimes it's you dancing. Sometimes it's you just forgetting. Everybody's not going to be able to stand in the political moment. They're not strong enough to do that. So the Met Gala, rolled through the state, and it came up this year. And I think the title was something like Taylor for You. It was giving homage to the Renaissance era. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure. Listen, go Google it. I'm just Miss Tia giving you my opinion. This is an opinion-based show. I don't know nobody and nothing. This is an opinion. I'm talking about what I see, honey. But I think it's paying homage to the Renaissance era in Harlem and all that black beautifulness. And I think somebody said also it was the highest gross since the 70s. I don't know. Go look it up. Hey, Lady Liv. Good morning, darling. Thank you for joining me this morning. But this is some of the, and I hope you can see it right on the screen. I don't know how it's going to look when I take it to YouTube, but I hope you can see it. But these are some of the ones that I chose. It was so many people, but I couldn't choose them all. I was trying to do something like hip hop edition, influencer, whatever. So these are my picks. So, you got Doechii at the top, which I like. I think she was with Marc Jacob. I'm not sure. I hope so. I hope I'm saying that right. She was Marc Jacob. I like it. You know, Marc Jacob got this spin where he's showing you how Puerto Ricans, Italians looked in that time. I love it. And I like how, even though these aren't my favorites, but I still enjoy the craftsmanship of people being tailors. You know, back in the day, you were a tailor, right? I think somebody said this is how you got slave names, because of your craft, of your what you did, right? So to be able to be a streamsist, someone who do fashion, that's a gift. Everybody don't have these. Now you can see Kendrick Lamar. Now you can see Kim Kardashian. I wasn't really pleased with Kim Kardashian. I felt like she gave like a witch, right? Kim Kardashian, please forgive me. You always on point, but for some reason this year it gave me like a witch. Look at her in that hat up there. Didn't it give a witch? Don't you see witch, right? It's just in my mind about witch. But anyway, Lizzo, I like the Lizzo. It was cute. You know, the blonde wig. I didn't like the blonde wig, but hey, you know, you gotta stand out. So that's what it is. You see Doechii. I like Doechii. She did the Louis Vuitton. She's with the Louis Vuitton crew. I liked it. It showed Doechii. You know, Doechii runs in the realm of a boy and a girl. I love it. Go Doechii. You know, I just like Doechii. Rihanna showed us that she's blessed again. I don't know if y'all knew this, but in Bible days, when you had a lot of children, you was considered rich. And baby, Rihanna and them spitting them out like they know what the baby bank is. And she swallowing them. And she just, like her and Rocky over there going crazy. Which I love it. Once again, she's showing us that her womb is rich. She making everybody mad because her womb richer. I ain't mad. But I like that, stop sharing. I like that Rihanna. That's a lot with it. That was a lot. I know. That was a lot. But I like that Rihanna showed that, okay, this is another one. I'm trying to give you some of my stuff. I gotta go fast because I got a lot of topics. I like this one. Rocky. You know, Rocky always came out as he was this pretty motherfucker, right? He shows that. This boy bone structures are crazy, right? Who is Rocky? The bone structures are sick. He looked like he making you some native. Right, Lady Liv? Look at Rocky, Lady Liv. You know, Native Americans, they have that big bone structure. Like, my mom got it. She's from one of them tribes. They got that big bone structure. But Rocky got that bone structure that's crazy, right? He does. He looks good. And this is Pharrell and his wife, which I liked it. You know, Pharrell is a Louis Vuitton boy. I think he's the thing over the Louis Vuitton. Okay, let's go. I gotta go fast. I'm gonna talk about other things. Megan Thee Stallion, I felt like Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Listen, these two here, they stay fighting. I don't know why. But anyway, Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, I felt like they was playing. I felt like Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki played it safe. Now, you know Megan is my niece. Don't mess with my niece. But I felt like her and Nicki played it safe. Why? Why did they play it safe with so much aggression that both of them have? But I felt like they played it safe. I wasn't really happy or, you know, crazy about their looks. But these looks right here, come on. I hope I'm showing this good. I hope you can really see this when it comes to YouTube. Janelle Monáe, I hope I'm saying her name right, was the best dressed for me. I didn't see everybody, but Janelle Monáe, oh my gosh. When she took this piece off, it was another piece. And at the after party, I saw another piece. She don't miss. I'm sorry. She does not miss. Lauryn Hill came out as the Haitian princess. Is Lauryn Hill Haitian? I don't know, but she just give me something else. She give me some mix of somebody else. But who doesn't love Lauryn? But I love the moment of, I'm a queen from Zambui, and I'm here to show who I am. I love that about Lauryn. Cardi B gave me this Puerto Rican, this is how we look during this time, which I loved it. Cardi B is everything, right? She gave me Gumby, though, right? Y'all didn't think Cardi B gave Gumby in this moment. Wait a minute. Okay, remember, look at Cardi B and then look at Gumby. Right? Did Cardi B do the Gumby? Shout out to Cardi B, though, because let me tell you something. Cardi B always does it. She never misses. Cardi B never misses. She never misses. But I think she went back to maybe her heritage or something at that moment. She gave so much of her Puerto Rican roots and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's move on from the mat. Those are my favorites. Those are the ones I thought played it safe. Those are the ones that didn't. But anyway, let's move on. President Biden, and I hope you guys can see this on the YouTube. President Biden, he was on The View this week. Listen what he said. He said, Biden tells The View, and I think I got this from maybe a Fox News place. I don't know. But he was on The View. It said, Biden tells The View he wasn't surprised Harris lost. He blames sexism and racism. Maybe I'm looking at it from a different perspective from my end of the porch, and I'm on the bottom, honey. But I felt like, I don't think she lost because of sexism or racism. I think she lost because she couldn't relate. She didn't understand that she was supposed to be a president for the world, the country, right? Not the world, but this country. I think she just really walked in the realm that she was going to be the president for the Democrats. And I think this is where she couldn't relate. I felt like she should have came outside of the norm of trying to just be so liberal and said, listen, I'm for everyone. I felt like if she would have played that position, she would have pulled women. She would have pulled white women. She would have pulled other ethnicities. I think she tried to play this black role. I'm just going for this. I'm going for this set of group of people. I think she missed out. She went too left. She went too left when she should have stayed in the middle and said, I'm for everybody. I think that's what made her lose. Yeah, you're going to have your racists and you're going to have your right-wing people who's just king. And I just feel like she wasn't relatable to everybody. She played one tune on the banjo. And I think that what made her lose. What do you say, Lady Lib? Are you in the queue? What do you say about it? I want to hear what you say about it. I felt like she wasn't for everybody. She could have put on a lot of faces, but I don't think she knew how. I don't think she knew how. So I think that what lost it. But Biden knew that. I just think now he's just maybe trying to clean up, I guess. And I don't think in actuality she wasn't ready. Right? She wasn't ready of that pressure. You know, women sometimes we can handle a lot of things, and you know, we built for a lot of pressure, right? We're very emotional, but we built for a lot of pressure as well. And I think it would have been a lot for her. I think it just would have been a lot for her. Who's next? Ooh, I got a couple minutes. Ooh, I got 10 minutes, y'all. Maybe I need to start doing this stream like a little early. And then I could talk about more. But what I want to talk about, what's important? The Diddy. What do you think about the Diddy, right? Let me say this about the Diddy. Black men, sit y'all ass down. Sit y'all ass down. Okay. There you go with the Diddy. Let's talk about this. I don't know if you guys seen this, but Mark Lamont Hill. Is it named Mark Lamont Hill? I'm just going to say Mark Lamont. Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing. But anyway, this week, I think he went viral. He was on the Piers Morgan show. Piers Morgan Uncensored. I always like to watch Piers Morgan. For some reason, I like to be everywhere. I like to see what everybody's talking about. But this week, a lot of people was upset with the white woman in Minnesota going viral for calling a young child the N-word, right? She was on a playground. She said she felt like her child was being harassed by another kid. And so her result into discipline and finding some relief from that is to call the baby an N-word. You know, some of us crazy. Some of us is very immature in our thinking or just the way we handle things. It's sad, but it's true. So Mark Lamont, he found his way on the Piers Morgan show discussing why people in the United States have raised $600,000 to support this woman. And so, you know, a lot of people on the panel was having a side about what is right and wrong. You had a young lady who admittedly said she was a racist. She admitted, you know, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. She just came out and said, I'm a racist. I like white people. I'm for white people. Bump it. I ain't hiding it no more. She felt like, she said, white people in America are under the stigma of they this and they that. You know, I can't tell people how to think. I wish we would all think different. But for some reason on this side of the world at this time, that ain't gonna happen. So, you know, this young lady just immediately, you know, admitted that she was a racist. You had another young lady on the panel who was just trying to maybe teeter in the middle. But Mark Lamont found his way saying, he's pro-black. Don't say the N-word around him. I think you had Myron Gaines. You know, Myron Gaines don't know who he is. Myron Gaines, I don't think he white nor black. He just from another country trying to get it in. And to be honest with you, he don't care nothing about nobody. But Piers Morgan also had the GoFundMe guy that's over the GoFundMe saying, why would you allow a person who's racist to raise money on your platform? And she's a racist. Why would you, allow that? But like he was saying, they allow a lot of things. I think when you in it for the money, you don't you don't really care about a moral. You don't have a moral stance. I think Piers Morgan was trying to tell the man for the GoFundMe owner to have a moral stance. A lot of people don't have a moral stance, a moral clause. They don't really care about that. It's about money. It's about what it is. I'm against freedom of speech. I don't think we need freedom of speech, because I think freedom of speech can go down this road and cause everybody to hate. Lady Leah, what you think about it? What do you think about freedom of speech? Are you for freedom of speech? Yes or no? Lady Leah said, agree, we're not ready for a woman. Okay. Lady Leah, is you that behind? Because I'm over here now. Where you at? Lady Leah, tell me in the queue, what do you think about freedom of speech? Are you for or against it? I'm against it. And the reason why I'm against freedom of speech, hold on, y'all, somebody coming in. Who that? Ben. Raylene. Raylene. Oh, that's you? Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm at work. How many minutes I got? 5 minutes. Oh, let me talk fast. Okay. I'm against freedom of speech. And the reason why, you got to think about it. Because this is why Mark Lamont was upset with the lady saying she's a racist and she says the N-word. But when you want freedom of speech, that would bring that kind of that vileness, right? So at some point you do have to put a cap on it, because freedom of speech would allow people to just say things that's not detestable. You don't want nobody to walk up to you and call you a racist slur or something out of your name, and then they celebrating it under the cap of it's freedom of speech. So that's why I'm against freedom of speech. I think a cap need to be on all things. It's just like people who sexually fluid. I think a cap need to be on that as well, because when you allow people to have those things, they could go into having sex with underage children, and then you call that diabolical. But when you're giving people the freedom to have freedom of sexual expression, you allow them to go into those doors. I think everything should be in moderation and have a cap. That's why I'm not for freedom of speech. Because the moment you say things to people, that would be a problem. And I think this is the prime example. I remember when George Zimmerman, they raised money for him when he killed Trayvon Martin, right? So this is nothing new about raising money for racists or people who's just not respecting each other's who we are in America. That's nothing new. This have always been. I think we need to put a cap on all things. And I think this is why a lot of people voted for President Trump. It wasn't so much they were rich or poor. I think they was looking for somebody to bring some kind of normalcy back into whatever was going on at the moment. Because to be honest, it was wild. You had people going in the women's bathroom. You had people fighting in the sport, beating the hell out of women. Like you don't have to be this kind of righteous man to know that this is crazy. You got a full-blown 300-pound, no-fat man beating the hell out of a woman in a boxing ring, and you saying that that's right because he feel like a woman? No, that's crazy. And you can be Democrat, Republican, but this is just fucking being a human, right? We teeter the line with some of the craziest stuff. It's crazy. I was against a lot of stuff. And me personally, I didn't get involved in the voting thing. I tried to stay away from all of that. But I know a lot of people who voted because it was getting crazy. People was trying to bring normalcy. Freedom of speech, it should have a cap on it. It should have a cap on it, or you're going to continue to have problems. And maybe it's designed for us to go down this road. Point blank period. Okay, I'm going to move on. Mark Lamont, which I ain't crazy about Mark Lamont. You know, I have different opinion about him anyway. But in this situation, I kind of stood with him because I understood what he was saying. You know, listen, don't allow this lady to say the N-word. Because I think at this point, Piers Morgan was inviting this lady to say the N-word. And he was specifically saying, Piers, do not do that. Don't invite this lady to say this. It would not only hurt me, but it'll hurt people who are hurt by this word. I gotta go. I got 1 minute. Ooh, what am I talking about? Listen, maybe I come live again later, YouTube, and we can talk about it. But that was my stance. Mark Lamont, man, you got a lot of talking to do, honey. I ain't really crazy about you. He was over there talking crazy about my brother Kendrick, and y'all know how I feel about it. And plus, you know, he was one of the ones who couldn't separate a woman from a man. Your mama. That's how you could tell a woman from a man. Your mama. So Mark Lamont is a lot of things I ain't crazy about him. And plus, he causing a lot of hell over there on the Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden, you better get him from up there. Listen, I like the fact that he's there. He's bringing a political view. He's bringing a sense of, you know, he's very articulate. He know his stuff. He's a journalist. But you can't bring all that kind of correctness in a hip hop setting. We talk crazy. We cuss. We talk ebonics. We do that in hip hop. You don't come over here with all this politically correctness over here in the hip hop atmosphere. That's my problem with Mark Lamont. But I think Joe Budden is finding he getting a big kick out of Mark ruffling the feathers of his co-host. But for real, hip hop ain't meant to be so politically correct. We talk crazy. We talk ebonics. We cuss. That's what we do in this genre. Don't come over here trying to correct us. Get up out of here. Listen, thank y'all so much. I gotta go. My 30 minutes is up. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll talk to y'all later. You know I got a black job. Bye.